Regional School District School Committee. We're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Flags over here. Yeah.
But after we do this, would we have a moment of silence for Clarence?
Absolutely. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. While we're all standing, you guys don't mind, we'll take a moment and just have a moment of silence for Clarence, who we recently lost. Thank you. Fire Department regulations, notice of proper exits. Mr. Superintendent?
Sure, we have two exits located over here. These two doors, if those are blocked, we can exit through this door here, take a left, and then use the national door out to the hall.
Thank you. Oaths of office certification. Do we have a couple?
Yeah, they were attached, so they were just basically listed.
Okay. Yeah.
Timothy Short, Dudley, 3 years, expires in 2025. Helen Plenty, Southbridge, 3 years, expires 2025.
Excellent. Elections. Chairman. I'll entertain motions for a chairman for this year's school committee.
Nominate Joe Becker.
Nomination Joe Becker.
Second.
Okay, a second. Anyone else? Seeing none? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I get the move. It's no longer my meeting.
You go back to
Yep.
chair.
It's all good.
Yeah,
I'll
unless,
defer it, but-
unless you don't accept it.
Only 50 more years and I can do this as long as Clarence did.
It's not by age.
That's only happened one other time. It was Al Hall, a long time ago.
Well, thank you, everyone, I think. All right, next item on the agenda is, are there any nominations for vice chair? Nominate Helen Lindsay.
Second.
Any other nominations? All those in favor of the motion for Helen Lindsay?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Secretary.
Nominate Anne Marie. Such a wonderful job.
Sandra, already accept the nomination. That's the plan. Okay. Is there a second?
We got a second.
Okay. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Assistant treasurer.
I nominate Don Erickson.
You were surprised.
No, you're right.
That's
one
what
do we have
happens when you
now?
try to hide it. Heads down and
I second.
Okay. Any other nominations on the
does
floor?
not accept.
Okay. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Okay, motion carries. Item D, appointments. First one is recording secretary. Last year that was Sue.
Nominate W. Sue Foskett.
Second.
Any other nominations? No, I didn't think there would be. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Okay, delegate to the Massachusetts Association of School Committees Division 8. And last year that was Mr. Wilby.
Nominate Mr. Wilby.
I second. Second.
Okay.
And I'm sure he'll accept, yeah.
Any other nominations? Okay, all those in favor of the motion for Mr. Wilby?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Delegate, Massachusetts Association of School Committees Annual Meeting. Last year, that was Mr. Erickson.
Nominate Mr. Erickson.
Second.
Any other nominations? Okay, all those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Alternate delegate, Massachusetts Association of School Committees Annual Meeting last year, that was Mrs. Pantos.
Nominate Mrs. Pantos.
Second.
Any other nominations? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Chairman of School Advisory Committee, last year that was Joseph Blancato from Second Chance.
Nominate Joe.
Second.
Any other nominations? Okay, all those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Item E.1, depository for district funds. Last year, this was at the discretion of the treasurer.
So moved.
Okay, the motion on the table is to leave this to the discretion of the treasurer.
Second.
All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Item E.2, source of short-term loans. Last year, this was also at the discretion of the treasurer for the lowest interest rate loans.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Item F.1, vouchers. The superintendent director or his designee must sign all vouchers. This is the way it's been.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Item F.2, checking accounts. The treasurer is the signer of all checking accounts, and his or her absence, the assistant treasurer.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposition? Abstentions? Motion carries. Item F.3, warrants. Simple majority signatures of the school committee's warrant subcommittee and the superintendent director or his designee. Bills for warrants should be placed on the table half hour before each meeting for the purpose of allowing the school committee to review them prior to the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Item F.4, granting treasurer authority to borrow. The committee authorizes the treasurer to borrow or incur temporary debt in anticipation of revenue to be received from any source as stated in section 16G, chapter 71 of the Mass General Laws with the committee's approval.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Item G, appointment of treasurer. The treasurer for the past 8 years has been Mrs. Carol Barron. Superintendent director is recommending that the district continue to employ Mrs. Barron as a treasurer at a 21 years, apologies. At a yearly salary of $23,600.
So moved. Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Item H, bonding of treasurer, assistant to the superintendent for business and other employees. Superintendent director recommends that the committee move to vote to bond all district officers and employees having any responsibility in any manner for the district funds. These are normally the district treasurer, assistant treasurer, school business manager, and other employees responsible for the transmittal of district funds.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Item I, appointment of attorney. Attorney Tim Norris of Norris, Murray, and Pelican LLC of Norwood has been the district's attorney for 15+ years and has performed his duties in a satisfactory manner. Attorney Norris is requesting that his firm, Norris, Murray, and Pelican LLC, be appointed as Bay Path's legal counsel at an hourly rate of $225 per hour.
So moved.
Is there a second? Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Item J, dates and times for regular meetings. First Monday of each month at 7 p.m., except for the month of July, and have September meeting the Tuesday following Labor Day.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I don't think I have to ask for opposition. I will though. Any opposed? Motion carries. Now we'll move into our regular meeting. And I've got, what, 7:14, we'll move into our regular meeting. First item on the agenda. Should we look again?
No.
Okay. Routine matters, approval of minutes. We have minutes from our regular meeting from June 6th. Is there a motion?
Move for acceptance.
Second.
Is there any discussion on the minutes, on the changes? Okay, all those in favor of approving the minutes from the 6th?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Next up, we have approval and release of executive session minutes from June 6th, 2022. Is there a motion to accept?
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Under discussion, just one question on this. Is this item still open? The item of discussion from both the 6th and May 2nd?
No.
It didn't move on to another step though?
Oh, the,
Oh,
that's closed.
That was close.
It did fully close?
Yes,
Okay.
very close.
The deadline.
Oh, I got you, okay. Any other discussion or questions on the minutes? All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Approval and release of the executive session minutes from May 2nd, 2022.
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Item B1A, approval of warrants. Warrants are circulating. Okay. Item B1C, correspondence.
We do have a letter from the town of Charlton. It is a CC to Kyle Brenner. It is to Ms. Isabella Tanaka. It says, "Dear Isabella, on behalf of the Board of Selectmen, I would like to thank you for your participation as the first Bay Path student selectman for the year 2021-2022. It has been a pleasure having you, and we wish you the very best for your future goals. Enclosed is your nameplate and a certificate of recognition for such a great achievement. Best wishes, sincerely, Andrew Golis, Town Administrator." And it was a nice official citation that she received.
Thanks, Maureen. I had never heard of that, the student select, no, that's new to me. It's nice, that's good. Good opportunity. Next item on the agenda is Student Advisory Committee. As everyone knows, we had graduated, so we won't have another student representative until the school year resumes, so we look forward to the new person who will be joining us when that happens. Under old business, no old business on the agenda tonight. I don't see anyone here for citizens' participation, so we'll move on to new business. Approval of the revised admissions policy, JF. And I'll just note before we move into that, that the policy subcommittee, Peter, do you want to provide the recommendation that came out of the policy subcommittee?
Yeah, just to let everyone know that the policy subcommittee met earlier, and there was 2 amendments on the, what was it, the admission?
Admission.
Admission. The amendment was on discipline and on the interview process.
Tiebreaker.
Okay, and the second issue that was brought forward to the subcommittee was the exit interview form, which the subcommittee has recommended for approval.
Mr. Brennan, do you want to run through the revised admissions policy highlights?
Sure, through the chair, approval of the revised admissions policy, JR, as was stated, the policy subcommittee, the superintendent and the Bay Path admissions committee recommend the school committee vote to approve the revised admissions policy as submitted. Noting the two changes were in the category of discipline, we adjusted the discipline rubric for points to coincide with the verbiage that only 37H&1/2 and 37H3/4 suspensions, minimum 10 days can be counted towards that. So the rubric is revised from point scale to an all or nothing. So full 20 points for no suspensions and 0 points for 1 or more 10-day suspensions on that. The second category was the inclusion of a tiebreaker for students that obtain the same score on it. All vocational schools with an admissions policy have to include a tiebreaker. A tiebreaker would be based on attendance first. Oh, do you have it? All right, thank you. First would be attendance, second tiebreaker would be highest score in interview, third would be highest score in recommendation, fourth would be highest score in discipline, and fifth would be highest score in scholastic achievement.
Are there any further questions on the changes to the admissions policy?
We have a motion to approve if we don't.
Okay, is there a second to the motion to approve?
Second.
Is there any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor of the motion to approve the revised admissions policy?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Next item that the policy subcommittee reviewed was the approval of the exit interview form. Do you want to go through that?
Through the chair, approval of exit interview form. The policy subcommittee and the superintendent director recommend the school committee vote to approve the exit interview form as submitted.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion on the motion? All those in favor of approving the exit interview form as presented?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Next item under new business, item C, approval of the fiscal year 23 non-resident vocational tuition rates.
Through the chair, approval of the FY 2023 non-resident vocational tuition rates. The superintendent director and the school business manager recommend the school committee vote to set the 2022-2023 non-resident tuition rate for vocational students at $17,969. The 2022-2023 non-resident tuition rate for special education students at $20,143, and that the rate for non-resident transportation, if necessary, be based on our contract for transportation for the 22-23 school year by assessing a prorated share of the route or by assessing the actual cost of individual transportation.
Motion to accept.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion or questions? All those in favor of the FY 23 non-resident vocational tuition rates as submitted?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Section C, information and protocols. Item 1, report from the superintendent director.
Sure, through the chair, I submitted a written report that's included in all your packets. I'm willing to answer any questions on that. I do want to highlight two changes that came about. The state does have an approved FY 23 budget The business manager has gone through that, with myself included, and we're in alignment with that. We have a couple minor adjustments that we'll make on that. I do want to call out that on June 22nd, 2022, Mr. Chris Fauscher, Assistant Vocational Director, Co-op Coordinator, Evening School Director, announced his retirement effective August 1st, 2022. Chris has been in education for 30 years. The last 18 have been with Bay Path. First as an HVAC instructor for 11 years, and then 7 in his latest role. Chris has been instrumental in his role building not only a robust co-op program to benefit our students, as well as our area business and industry, but also a top-notch evening school offering career training and enrichment courses for all our communities. Additionally, Chris ensured that every program, instructor, and student were safe in their respective trades. This was done through the implementation of comprehensive OSHA training and inspections for all. At times, it seemed that Chris never slept, as in addition to the 3 hats he wore at Bay Path, he also taught HVAC-R evening courses, managed the HISET testing, and was instrumental on DESE framework committees, the Co-op Coordinators Roundtable, the DESE HVAC-R Teacher Licensing Test Advisory, and established a Hot Work certification program administered throughout the state by MAPA. I offer Bay Path's and my deepest appreciation to Chris for always putting our school and our students first. His dedication and commitment will be missed. I wish Mr. Fauscher peace, health, and happiness in all his future endeavors.
Thank you. I think we all wish the same for him, so hopefully everything goes well in all his future endeavors. Next item, subcommittee reports. We'll start with the audit subcommittee.
Nothing new, excuse me, nothing new since last year.
All right, budget subcommittee.
Nothing yet on the budget horizon.
Building and grounds subcommittee. Bob's not here, so is there anyone else who would be able to report on that?
I'm on it, no.
Okay.
Nothing new.
Negotiation subcommittee.
We dealt with negotiation items earlier today. There's nothing else planned in the near future.
All right, thank you. Policy subcommittee.
We just approved, the committee just approved the changes in the admission policy as well as the interview form.
Okay, thank you. And then the warrant subcommittee. All right, next item, item D, future business. Our next regular school committee meeting will be held at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, September 6th, day of Labor Day, in the Blanchard Conference Room at the Bay Path Regional Vocational Technical High School. Topics for future agenda. If there's any items that anyone has interest to be placed on the agenda, please feel free to reach out to the superintendent or myself. Item E, remarks from the superintendent.
Through the chair. Just an update on one of our teachers, Barbara Cody, who was in a very severe accident earlier this summer. She wrote to the faculty and admin saying she wants to take the opportunity to let everyone know that after a long and painful journey, she is nearing full recovery and she is officially cleared to return to work doing the job I love. So she's looking forward to coming back, and she wishes to thank everybody for all their prayers, well wishes, and reaching out in kindness and support for her during this difficult time. I want to also call out that the new rankings of all the nursing schools throughout the nation came out, the 2022 rankings for the best U.S. nursing schools. And I'm pleased to share that we've included, or the Nursing School Almanac has included Bay Path Regional Vocational Technical High School within the 3,000 institutions. And our ranking for the state of Massachusetts is number 43. And for the Worcester metropolitan area, we are number 9. So they're doing a wonderful job in our practical nursing program. I also want to take this opportunity to thank our outgoing chair for a little token of our appreciation. This one right here. the presentation of the plaque. I want to thank you for leading through a very difficult time, the COVID pandemic, and all your dedication. So,
Thank you. That was unexpected. Thank you all.
Thought it was gonna be a set of golf clubs.
That's outside.
Lastly, I want to say that all our plans are coming together in preparation just around the corner for the start of the new school year. As you came up, I think you saw our new digital sign, so we're very happy about that. The other one was in sad disrepair. You notice that the driveway's been sealed, the new parking lines, so no question on where you're parking between all the lines. On that, we have a lot of great equipment coming into the school. I highlighted a few in the superintendent's report, but in terms of all the technology, instructional equipment, but in all our vocational, we've got a whole host of new equipment coming in. A really cool set is AET Labs Z-Space. So we purchased a 3D computer program for allied health, dental assisting, veterinary, science, electronics, and computer-aided design and drafting. And this is a really nice computer system, and it's futuristic, no more virtual goggles that you have to wear. With a pen, stylus, you can select an object off the screen. It comes right out in front of you, 3D, rotate it 360 degrees. You can peel off layers of it and identify all of that. So, you know, the students and the program should be looking forward to that as well. So a lot of new equipment coming in for all the programs in the 21st century. And we're looking forward to that. Hiring, we're doing a great job with all that. I think all positions, couple interviews are set up for the assistant vocational co-op coordinator. A lot of good candidates for that. That closed today. Those are the first round interviews set up for later this week and second round the following week. A science position that's been open for a year. You know, we finally got that selected. English is set in all our positions. One more para position, vocational para position is open. So we're looking forward to the new year. We're in great shape for that.
Is that football practice yet?
They've been in the weight rooms, hitting the weight rooms every morning. So but the official practice, not yet, I don't believe.
Is that in a couple weeks?
Yes, absolutely.
That's it.
All right, thank you. Moving on to item F, questions and comments from the committee. Staff on this side, with Don.
Thank you. First of all, I want to thank Mr. Cludier and everyone else that was involved. Thanks, Dennis. Appreciate it very much. And I'd like to second everything that Kyle just said about Chris Belcher. I had the opportunity to work with Chris for a long time. He was very well respected in the vocational community, and he definitely will be missed. Thank you.
Again, thank you for the, same with Dennis and I, Cliff, and the entire staff there. You did a great job, Mr. Wishes, thank you. I'd also like to thank Mr. Grenier for the past 2 years of chairing the school committee. Did a wonderful job, Dave.
Thanks, Bob.
And, thank you. And welcome, Mr. Becker, as the new chair.
Thank you.
Again, I'd like to make a third set of positions dinner to all the culinary staff under Cliff's guidance this evening. Congratulations, Joe. Congratulations to those that have been reelected from their communities to serve another 3 years. And that's it. That's all yours.
Thank you. Good job, great cooks, great food. Thank you. Thank you, Dave. Good job. Congratulations, Joe. Good luck for the 2 years, or next year, I should say. You can carry it for 2, though. I'm sure you will. Also, with the resignation of Ms. Lopez, Want to wish her luck, as well as want to thank Chris for his outstanding job and career here at APAC.
David, Zoom will never be the same.
I had your guidance, Jim.
Joseph, congratulations, and well done tonight. I'm well fed, that's a good thing. That's all I have.
I would echo those same sentiments. Thank you, Mr. Grenier, for his time in the chair. Thank you, Mr. Fosher, for all his dedicated years. Congratulations on your appointment, Mr. Becker. And thank you for the nice meal that was prepared tonight to whoever was involved with that.
And congratulations on being elected chair. Thank you for your service to the communities. And I watch, I think I said this last year, but I've watched dozens of community boards over the years, and I have never witnessed one that is so agreeable, gets along well, gets along with the staff. This is really a nice place to be. It's, and I also appreciate the nice meal we had this evening. Thank you.
Thank God we had term limits, so David, 3 years. But a very difficult time. Hats off to you. Joe, good luck this next year, and I know you'll do a great job. Cliff, thank you once again for your skills. And that's about it. We're kind of like dittoing each other here.
Yes, I do feel like we're dittoing each other. Thank you for agreeing. I do want to recognize Chris Fosher. My son was very lucky to be in his shop with HVAC and has become very successful in his field due to all the things he learned under his tutelage. And I know he will be missed.
Just what I needed, more calories, but thank you. A little note, I ran into 3 former students of the HVAC. They all had glowing praises for Mr. Fosher. One of the comments was that when he was in the co-op position, he said, love to see him for co-op, but hate to see him if it was discipline. That makes a good administrator. And it was a great thing the other day for Chris's farewell. George did a good job, and so did Dan, of course. And other than that, good luck to everyone.
I'm sorry, I don't have anything to say.
I'm gonna take
Everyone
that.
else said
So let's
it.
That's okay.
I just wanted, well, thanks Cliff, Jim, for the meal tonight. Great job. And I just wanted to thank Sue for the last 2 years, your guidance and all the chats that we've had.
Very well.
I couldn't have done it without you. Kyle, thank you. We spent a lot of time together in the last couple of years, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. So I want to wish you the best of luck. Good hands here with Mr. Becker. Congratulations. I think it's a great choice. Great choice made to lead this group. My best wishes to Chris Fosher also. And I just have to mention that I went to Atlanta for the Skills USA, and it was probably one of the best trips I've had as a school committee person. And Bob and I gotta tell you, I'll go on a trip with Bob Louie almost anywhere. Bob was great, and showed us the ropes, and the leaders, Pam Staney, Chris Staney, Jen Stachura, Jimmy, and Jim Tripp, and Jim Primes, Nancy Alpine, and Bob were all part of that. And if you didn't hear, we got canceled on the very first night, the flights weren't going out, and Pam, Jen did an outstanding job coordinating with the state leadership for Skills USA to get us down there. So it was kind of bumpy leaving, but once we were there, I can't say enough about the faculty that came down there and worked with the kids themselves, post-grads, and the team construction kids were phenomenal. The team didn't win anything, but there's a kid that almost lost his finger, and he banged it with a hammer and basically crushed his fingertip and just bandaged it and went on to finish building the building for the next 2 days. And I know I would be out of the game at that point, but the kid hung in there, did well. So I would do it again, and I would recommend anybody in this room who would like the good experience of seeing 6,000 kids from across the country, and some of your best and brightest kids, kind of puts your faith back into high school students, and the teachers that came down there were from the other schools were also really, really well, really good. So thank you for the opportunity to go. That's my report. I'm sure I'm not going to tell you any Wilby stories. Those are going to stay in Atlanta. But for beer, I could, and I will. But thank you for going. It was good stuff. And thank you for putting me as chair, and a wonderful time doing it. Look forward to working with Joe. Thank you.
David, thank you for your service. Joe, congratulations. Cliff, awesome. Need the recipe for the potato salad. Chris Fauscher, right? So him and I go way back in the trades. He's got a few years on me, but we worked next door to each other in Southbridge. He taught school to my youngest son, an HVAC tech. I was just going through school paperwork from my son from years ago, and I still have the Fauscher rules of being a student, and it's hilarious. I'm sure I can't share it today because it's not, proper. Rules of life, and no, he was excellent, and he'd truly be missed. Hard guy to replace. So, but we appreciate his efforts here and what he's done. That's it. Thank you.
Just a couple comments, and some of them are repetitive, but I'd be remiss if I didn't also thank Dave for the last 2 years as chairman of the committee. I've only been on the committee for 3 years, so Dave has been there the majority of the time on the committee, so hopefully I've learned a thing or two from him. I think that the time that he served was definitely among the most challenging times with the pandemic and the whole Zoom and everything else that went with it, and I think he did a fantastic job guiding the committee through that period, and I'm really grateful for that. Thank you to everyone for faith, confidence, and voting me chair. I look forward to it. Hopefully it's not as challenging as the time Dave had to deal with, but if it is, we'll deal with that. Cliff, Jim, Irene, I think I might have seen you in the kitchen too. Thank you for the barbecue.
I was going to say thank you to him.
Sue might have whispered the secret ingredient to the burgers in my ear, but I won't say anything to anyone. And I also want to thank Chris Fauscher for all his service. I didn't realize until I started to see some of the history of where he's been in the school, his history here and everything that he's done here and the responsibilities that he's had. So thank you to Chris, and I wish him well in his new endeavors, and everything goes well for him. And with that, the next item we have on the agenda is to move into executive session. And the executive session is to discuss charges of criminal misconduct and to conduct contract negotiations with union or non-union personnel, only to reconvene in open session to announce any results and to adjourn. Is there a motion to move into executive session?
Second.
Motion has to be read as to why you're going to
Just did.
There you go.
You never learn nothing, come on.
Nothing, Jim. So I get you, Fluff.
Do you want me to read it? I know I just read it, but do we want to read
You need to make the motion
Okay.
as the description, so.
Do you have it, Dave? You want to read through it just to include in your motion?
Motion is the school, for the school committee to vote into executive session to discuss charges of criminal misconduct and to conduct contract negotiations with union and non-union personnel, to reconvene an open session to announce any results and adjourn. That's the motion.
Second.
We have a roll call vote?
Joseph Becker,
Yes.
Jim Caldwell,
Yes.
Donald Erickson,
Yes.
Jesselyn Gosher.
Yes.
Dave Grenier,
Yes.
Benny Mountain,
Yes.
Tom Waddell.
Yes.
Anne Marie Panther.
Yes.
John Kirowski, Peter Shore,
Yes.
Timothy Shore.
Yes.
George Scobie.
Yes.
Michael T. Berry,
Yes.
Robin Tremblay,
Yes.
Robin Zakowski.
Yes.